I would like to introduce to you guys one of the most important people in my life, my grandma. From the very first second I was born, my grandma made a huge impact on my life. Even though she lived all the way in Brooklyn, that didn't stop her from coming to see me and my brother every chance she could get. Although my parents split up at a very young age, she made it an obligation to stay in my life. Every Sunday, my dad picked up me and my brother Nicholas, and we would drive out to Brooklyn to eat dinner and go see a movie. It doesn't matter how many times we ate there, our favorite spot to go eat every Sunday was L&B Spumoni Gardens in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. My dad had a horrible habit of not wearing a seatbelt, and my grandma absolutely hated it. When she would get in the car, the first 5 words that came out of her mouth every time were, "Joe, put on your seatbelt." Only until after my dad put it on would she kiss me and my brother hello. I also remember how at every major holiday, my father would make it a point to make sure we were all together. For example, on Easter Sunday, my father would start his journey from Melville all the way to Elmont to pick up me and my brother, and then all the way to Brooklyn to pick up my grandma, and then drive all the way back to Oyster Bay to celebrate the holiday with our family. I remember how happy it made my grandma that we were all together on holidays. It's ironic because most of the time spent on holidays were in the car driving from place to place instead of being with the rest of the family. Unfortunately, in 2009, my grandma was diagnosed with colon cancer. Due to medical mishaps, the cancer was misdiagnosed for a year straight, which made it extremely hard to get rid of. With chemotherapy, radiation, and the outstanding technology from Sloan Kettering Hospital, my grandma was pronounced cancer-free in 2011. She was placed in a statistical category where the cancer had only a 10% chance of coming back. Sadly, she was part of that 10%, and the cancer came back in multiple areas of her body. No matter how bad of news she received, my grandma always stayed positive. No matter how much pain she was in, she never complained. Even though you could see in her eyes how hurt she was, she never failed to keep a smile on her face in front of me and my brother. As time went on, she got weaker and weaker, and the only thing she wanted to do was spend as much time with us as she could. Every time my dad would visit her at the hospital without us, the first thing she would say is, "Where are my grandchildren, Joe?" On July 30th, 2012, she passed away. That was by far the hardest thing for me to deal with in my life. But as time has went on, I've learned that in life, you shouldn't dwell on the bad things. Instead, remember and cherish all the great times you spent together. So every time I get sad about my grandma being gone, I think back to all the fun times we had.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.